Hello, buddies. Happy Wednesday. You're watching Medley with Maddie. I'm Maddie Dawson. This is episode number 41 of Decrypting Movies. Well, we don't really decrypt, we just talk about it, or rather, I just talk about it. And yeah, I was wondering what to do for this Wednesday, and in Discord, I was checking out, whether any recommendations, suggestions, and I got a lot of recommendations, Walking Dead, and then couple of Better Call Saul, and Walking Dead. I'm watching Better Call Saul. I'm in last season, and then Walking Dead. I've just started watching, so I need to complete all these series. And it was good suggestion. I want to talk about them. Those are all really good TV series. But then one of our viewers have suggested animation movies, and I think this is the first time I'm doing animation movies. We have talked about animation movies in my all-time favorite episodes. I've done an all-time favorite in both books and movies, and I remember talking about Toy Story in all-time favorite movie episode. But this is the first time I'm talking about an animation movie in detail in an episode. So I'm really happy. And this was a movie I watched 1 year ago. I think it was released in 2020, and I watched it during a travel when I was traveling in a bus, and I really liked it. So the story has stayed within me, and it's been 2 years, and I mean more than a year, and I've still not forgotten the story. And I just watched the trailer before this episode, and I could remember the characters, and it's basically a concept. So the story, if you see, today I haven't given an introduction. So today we are going to talk about Soul, an animated movie by Pixar, and they have done Coco. They have done another great movie. I forgot. Inside Out. And if you see, Inside Out is a very good and outstanding concept. It is one of those extraordinary concepts that's made in animation movies. And usually, if you see animation movies, it will be related to toys or some cars or some basic stuff that kids love, and school kids love. But these movies that I'm talking about, Inside Out and Coco, and then movies like Soul, are something that makes even an adult or teen or elder group to watch these movies. And these are really good concept, and Soul is actually a very good concept. So it's about a musical teacher who is trying to become a jazz musician, full-time musician. So he's a mentor in a middle school, but then he doesn't like the job. I mean, he doesn't like job means he has more passion to become an independent musician on him, a jazz musician on himself, by himself. And this is how his life starts out, and this is how we are exposed to the world. But then the concept is where we go after we die, and where we come from before we are born. So that's the concept. So they call it the great beyond and the great before. So the great beyond is a place where you go after you die. So basically everybody has a soul, and you can see that the soul is represented as a white, like Casper. If you know Casper, the ghost, the little innocent naive ghost, it's similar to that. So everybody's soul is represented in this form, and once they die, they go to the great beyond, which is basically nowhere and nothingness. And great before is a very interesting place. That's where the story is set on. And then it's a place where the souls are created or just born, and then they are about to jump onto earth. So they have some activities like finding a spark, and there is a badge. If you see, there's a set of badges, and whenever they find a spark or passion, they get a badge. And when the badge set is filled, they can jump into earth so that they'll be born. So that's the great before. So now our middle school musician, he's the guy Joe. He's called Joe, and he kind of happens to become he gets an opportunity to play for he's a piano player, right? So he gets an opportunity to play for a famous musician, singer basically. And then the show is tonight, and he gets the news early morning, and he's very excited, and he's kind of running on the road, and then he falls into a manhole, and he's seriously injured, and he's in coma, and he's almost died. So he comes to the place where the souls are taken to the great beyond, and he realizes that even though he's in the form of soul, this is the soul version of him. So you can see, right? So the same guy is the soul is represented in this way. Oh man, how do you? Yeah. Uh, so this is the human form, and this is the soul form of him, Joe. It's called Joe. And when he goes to the great beyond, so it's like a moving elevator, and everybody goes to a huge portal, and they vanish, basically nothingness. And he realizes that, okay, I have come to a place, I am dead, and if I go there, it's going to be over for me. And he tries to get away, and somehow he jumps out, and he falls into the great before, where the souls are created, and they are being prepped to find the spark and then jump into the earth. That's the place where he gets it. By accident, he falls from the elevator into this great before, and the people who are organizing and maintaining that place mistakes him for a mentor. So, and they assign him soul number 22, and this 22 is the soul number 22. You can see. Oh, it's difficult to point. Yeah, this little, it's. I felt like it's a female kid, daughter kind of stuff. Yeah. So the 22 is so bored the hell out of Earth. She knows in and out of Earth. She doesn't want to jump. So there's one batch remaining in her batch set, and she's like, no way I'm gonna find my spark. I'm not interested to go to Earth. I know about Earth. I don't want to be born in Earth. So she's such kind of character who's like completely opposite of Joe, who's like very passionate, who wants to be a musician, and he wants to get back at by some mistake. He fell into that manhole, and then he's almost dead, and then he came from almost he went near the great beyond, and then he jumped out and back into the great before. So he's very very excited and desperate to get back to Earth and become that jazz musician. And how these two souls, basically soul number 22 and Joel, get together. And obviously 22's mentor is Joel. Joe gets assigned as the mentor of 22, and then how they try to cope up with each other. And basically Joe has to help 22 find the spark and make her be born in Earth, which she's reluctant to do, and she's very very what do you say, she's not obedient. That's the word. She's not obedient. And then how these two conflicting characters get along with each other. And did Joe get back to the Earth and become a musician? And what happens when they get back to the Earth? So these are all the questions that's having in their own plot in the second half and gets answered in the climax. But as a concept, you can see it's so interesting, especially the scenes where they show great before and how these souls are being born. And they are finding there are a lot of activities, like it's like a camp, right? A summer camp where a lot of kids sign up and do things that they like. And it's basically every known activity is there in the great before. And the souls kind of explore all the stuff, and then whenever they find the spark and their badges gets filled, they jump into the Earth. So basically they'll show a pithole where you can see the Earth way down below. So the souls jump out of it, and then they reach Earth, and that's how they are born. So it's a very good concept. I felt having a great beyond and a great before, and exploring great before in this movie. Maybe they could make another second part explaining great beyond. And I really like this concept, but towards the end, as I said, the plot kind of gets dragging. And basically they get back, actually, soul number 22 and Joe gets back to Earth, and there's some other hangama happening around. So those I felt dragging, but the amazing or mystifying aspect of this movie is the great before sequence, and I really loved those scenes. And after a long time, I felt satisfied watching a animation movie. Nowadays, it's very difficult to watch animated movies. There are so many motion picture movies I have to catch up in Hollywood and other industries. So it's difficult to watch, allocate time and watch an animated feature. And I really loved, and that's how I usually during travel, long journey, I used to watch animated features. And I really felt, satisfying and happy after watching this movie, especially this new concept. Coming up and this is a concept that can be explored only in animation, I guess. The great before, great beyond, and I felt really good watching this. This is a feel good, happy movie. There's no what do you say, emotional. There are emotions, and but it's not like a sad ending. The ending leaves you happy and makes you think about it. So it's a philosophical film as well. At certain point of time, you would be asking your questions to yourself. What is my passion? Why was I born on earth, and what's my spark? If you resonate yourself with the movie, and you think of plays great before, and you were a soul, you were a version, your version was like a soul, like this white little clouds, and you jumped into earth with a spark. And have you figured that out, and are you following, are you catching up with your dreams? So such kind of questions, philosophical questions, will be there when you watch this movie. And that's why I liked it. It belongs to both the kids as well as the teens and adults. So I feel all generations should watch, and it really gives you that happy feeling, and it's also a philosophical journey. And it's available on Disney Plus, Hotstar. I hope most of you in India, if you were in India, you would have Disney Plus, Hotstar. It's like a home channel. Most of you would be having it, as a lot of Indian content. So definitely check this movie. It's available there, and it's a very good. I think it's won Oscars for animated feature, and definitely check it out. I'm expecting another second part or some other from the same group of movie makers. I would like to see more about Great Beyond, and Great Before also can be explored. They could have made the whole story or the plot set inside Great Before, but they created a character in Earth, so it has to go from Earth to Great Before and come back to Earth. So that's excuse me. So that's how the journey is. Because I would like to see more about Great Beyond. Yeah, do check it out. Don't miss it out. It's a very good movie. And if you want me to talk about any movie, Hollywood preferably, or a web series or anime, please put in comments, and I would happily take a suggestion or recommendation, because I'm running out of suggestion or recommendation. I watch a lot of movies and series. Are so many seasons are there. So to talk about series, it has to be a 1 or 2 season mini series kind of stuff. But movies are always there, so I would like to get some suggestions or recommendations. I'm open to it. Do comment in any of my YouTube videos or Discord. I'm very active in Discord nowadays because I can interact with my viewers and subscribers. So if you're in Discord, then please do join MWM Discord. And yes, Soul is a very good movie. Do watch it in Disney Hotstar, and it's a very good movie. And if you watched it and liked it, check out Coco and Inside Out as well. And I think I have to talk about Inside Out in one episode. I'll do that quickly. Yes. See you until the next episode. This week Friday, Kit Kat is coming. It's a very good movie, and it's something that we have tried and experimented. Action comedy, and it's having one of the best action sequences in all my movies. So I've done like 60 movies, and maybe in that 10 or 5 to 10 movies are action movies, and the best action sequence so far is Universal. And it had, I think, because of the same clip being reversed and shown in the forward and backward time, it may be 2 or 3 minutes, but if you count the actual sequence, it would be 40 seconds. And in Kit Kat, we have made a fight scene up to 1 minute, I guess. So I'm really excited, and it's an action comedy, and it's a spin-off, the first MDCU film. So I've been searching the internet. Nobody has done this cinematic universe in short films, and I'm really happy that I'm doing it for the first time, at least as far as I know. I'm doing it for the first time in short films. That's something. It's so, what do you say? I'm ahead of my time, I guess. Nobody has done it in short films, as far as I know. So yeah, Kit Kat will be the first cinematic universe, Mary Lawson cinematic universe film, and it's a spin-off from Baby Blue. I am sure everybody would love it. Do look forward to it. And yeah, stopping on Friday 5 p.m. Check it out. Until then, tomorrow we'll catch up on Hogwarts Legacy. So until then, you're watching Medley with Maddie. I'm Maddie Dawson. Bye bye.